Iran is not a country that can be understood quickly. It is not a place that reveals its truth in headlines or summaries. It is a land that demands time, because every mountain, every ruin, every prayer, and every silence carries layers of memory older than most civilizations on Earth. Long before the modern world learned to divide land into nations and borders, this region already understood power, belief, governance, and identity. To understand Iran is to understand how civilization itself learned to stand, fall, and stand again. This land has witnessed the rise of ideas before armies and the survival of culture after destruction. Empires marched across it, rulers claimed it, and yet the soul of the land remained untouched, quietly absorbing every chapter of history and carrying it forward. Iran teaches that history is not something that ends, but something that accumulates, layer by layer, shaping identity through endurance rather than dominance. This land was once known as Persia, a name that still echoes through history with authority and mystery. When much of the world was fragmented into tribes and city-states, Persia rose as one of the first true superpowers, not only because of its armies, but because of its ideas. The Persian plateau, harsh and unforgiving, shaped a people who learned resilience early. Water was scarce, climates extreme, and survival demanded intelligence rather than brute force. From this environment emerged a civilization that valued order, planning, and long vision. Scarcity taught discipline, and hardship taught foresight. Communities learned that survival depended on cooperation, innovation, and patience. These qualities became deeply embedded in Persian identity, shaping a society that planned not for seasons, but for centuries. Cyrus the Great stands at the foundation of this legacy. Unlike many conquerors of his time, Cyrus did not rule solely through fear. He ruled through legitimacy. When he conquered Babylon, he did not destroy its temples or force its people into submission. Instead, he allowed religious freedom, respected local traditions, and returned displaced communities to their homelands. This philosophy was revolutionary for its time. Centuries later, his words carved into clay would be remembered as one of the earliest declarations of human rights. His tomb, standing quietly in Pasargadae, reflects this humility. Simple stone, open to the sky, untouched by grandeur. Power here chose restraint. Even in death, Cyrus did not seek to dominate memory. His legacy lived not in monuments, but in the systems he created and the values he left behind. Values that would echo long after his empire dissolved. The Persian Empire expanded not just through conquest, but through connection. Roads linked distant lands, enabling communication, trade, and cultural exchange on a scale previously unknown. The Royal Road allowed messages to travel across thousands of kilometers in days rather than months. Governance was decentralized, allowing local leaders to maintain control while remaining loyal to the empire. This balance between unity and diversity became Persia's greatest strength. Instead of erasing identities, Persia protected them, understanding that loyalty grows from respect. This approach created stability across vast distances and cultures, proving that control does not always require force, but trust. Persepolis embodied this vision. It was not a city of markets or homes, but a ceremonial heart. Delegations from across Africa, India, Central Asia, and the Mediterranean climbed its steps, their identities carved into stone reliefs that still exist today. Each figure is different clothing, different features, different offerings. It recorded it. The message is clear even now. This empire did not erase difference. It recorded it. When Alexander the Great set fire to Persepolis, he destroyed buildings. But he could not destroy memory. Persia survived him. It always did. Flames consume stone, but ideas cannot burn. What was carved into identity remained alive in language, tradition, and collective memory. Before Islam, Persia was shaped by Zoroastrianism, one of the world's oldest monotheistic belief systems. It taught that the universe was defined by a moral struggle between truth and falsehood, light and darkness. Humans were not passive observers, but active participants, responsible for choosing righteousness through thoughts, words, and actions. Fire temples burned continuously, not as objects of worship, but as symbols of purity and divine order. These ideas would quietly influence later religions, shaping concepts of heaven, hell, judgment, and moral responsibility. Long before global faiths emerged, Persia had already articulated a moral universe where human choice mattered. When Arab armies entered Persia in the 7th century, the empire fell, but the civilization did not disappear. Instead, something remarkable happened. Persia absorbed Islam and reshaped it. Persian scholars translated texts, expanded philosophy, refined theology, and elevated literature. The Persian language survived and flourished, becoming the voice of poets, mystics, and intellectuals across the Islamic world. Islam changed Persia, but Persia also changed Islam. Faith merged with intellect, law with poetry, and devotion with reflection, creating a uniquely Persian expression of Islamic civilization. Over time, Shia Islam became central to Iranian identity. This was not merely a theological shift, but a cultural one. At its heart lies the story of Karbala, where Imam Hussein stood against tyranny and injustice, despite knowing it would cost him his life. His martyrdom became a symbol not of defeat, but of moral victory. In Iran, this story is not distant history. It is lived memory. Every year during Ashura, streets fill with mourning rituals that are raw, emotional, and deeply human. Grief is not hidden here. It is honored. Suffering is not denied. It is transformed into resistance and moral clarity. Cities like Mashhad and Qom grew into spiritual centers. Mashhad draws millions seeking healing, forgiveness, or simply peace. Qom shapes religious thought through study and debate. In Iran, religion is not frozen in time. It evolves through discussion, disagreement, and reflection. Faith here is not silent. It questions itself constantly. Yet Iran's soul cannot be confined to faith alone. It lives equally in poetry. Persian poetry flows through everyday life, like blood through veins. Verses are spoken casually, instinctively. Poetry is memory, philosophy, and emotion combined. It preserved identity when armies failed and borders collapsed. History, however, has not been kind. Iran has endured invasions that erased entire cities. The Mongols arrived like a storm, slaughtering millions and burning libraries whose knowledge is lost forever. Yet again, Iran rebuilt. Collapse followed by renewal, destruction followed by creativity. Each time, Iran learned how to survive loss without losing itself. In modern times, foreign powers returned with different weapons. Oil transformed Iran into a strategic prize. Political interference replaced open conquest. Trust was broken. Resentment grew quietly, deeply, shaping a national consciousness aware of exploitation and betrayal. By 1979, the silence shattered. The Iranian Revolution was not a single movement, but many. It carried hope, anger, faith, and resistance all at once. What followed was complex and unresolved. A struggle between ideals and reality that continues to this day. Soon after war arrived, 8 years of conflict scarred land and people. Sacrifice became reality. Memory became responsibility. Even today, the war lives on in stories, images, and silence. Despite everything, life continued. Iran's geography mirrors its character, harsh yet beautiful. Unforgiving yet resilient. Nature shaped identity just as much as history. Nomads still migrate. Wildlife still survives. Tradition still breathes. Time here moves differently. Iranian cities reveal layers of time. Ancient and modern exist side by side. Sometimes in harmony, sometimes in tension. Life continues between contradictions. The world often sees Iran through politics alone. But politics never captures humanity. The real Iran lives in kitchens, courtyards, poems, prayers, and quiet acts of kindness. Iran is not perfect. No civilization is. But it is profound. It has bent but never broken. It remembers everything and still moves forward. Iran does not ask to be understood quickly. It asks for patience, for listening, for respect. Because its story is not finished. It is still being lived.